Hello, all the way from Aussie again. Welcome to Testimonial Tuesday. So I am Renee Kendrick, and I'm one of the Aussie leaders, and I am here today to share with you some of our tips and tricks that we've been using that have been working phenomenally well in our little Aussie team over here. So thank you again, Mike, for giving me the opportunity to present to everybody. I absolutely love when leaders can get together and strategize and utilize things that work. And that's what I'm here today to share with you. Things that we've been doing in the Aussie team amongst our little leaders that obviously are helping push the boards. And of course, in turn, we're winning all round. So that's what I'm here to share with you guys today. Okay, so I thought I would start off with the power of working together with other leaders. So first things first, as a leader, you should always have tracked the person you've brought into the business. So you should have their name, what date they joined the business, and be tracking their boards. So we've always got a spreadsheet and a list. And we obviously track our boards ourselves as well. So that's a whole nother type of training. But we have a list and we always know who's next in line to get their investment back. So from what date they started, who hasn't cycled through a board completely. Now we've taken it upon ourselves to ensure that every single person cycles through one board and has that proof to share. The rest is passive. It'll come when it comes, but we want to make sure they've got this proof that they can show their friends and family that they've cycled through a board. So we have our own little chats. We get together and we'll say, oh, hey, I've got this person on this board. I've got this person on this board. If you work that half, I'll work this half. Let's get the board split and moving. So we do that a lot. So if you are looking at your boards and you're wondering how you can work a bit smarter, don't be afraid to reach out to your leader or a leader above them and say, do you know these people on the board? Can you put me in touch with them? I'd like to work on moving my board with them. All right. So something that we do that's outside of the box. I'm going to start off with my board clubs to begin with. So we have board clubs in all categories. So $125 categories, $250 categories, and $500 categories. So forgive me as we do work our board clubs out in Australian dollars, but I'll try and keep it to US where I can. So basically what we do is I have a little chat. Tara has a little chat, Kelly has a little chat. So Kelly will take care of the $500 boards, Tara $250, myself $125. So basically what we do is it's a lay-by system. So for people that are saying, this opportunity looks amazing, I'm saving for a board, I'm trying really hard to get on top of it, we become their savings club essentially. So I have a separate PayPal that's used only for board club. Now their payment's due every Wednesday. So depending on how you want to do it, we run it over 20 weeks. We think 20 weeks is a good amount of time. You wouldn't want to run it any longer than that because people can lose interest and drop out, and you can't have people drop out. So I'm going to utilize the 125 for this example. So you would take 125 US dollars and you would split it into 20. So for us, it's 200 Australian dollars. So it's $10 per week. Nice and easy to work out. You guys might want to do it like if you were doing $10 per week, you could do it for less weeks. For us, it works out to be $200. So we do 20 weeks. So every single week in our little group chat for that board, everyone posts their payment or sends through their payment, and we save money in that PayPal account. Now, whenever that PayPal account reaches enough for a $125 board, everyone's name's on a wheel. So we have obviously quite a few people. So every week we usually can usually put 3 people on a board roughly. So we spin the wheel. Whoever's name comes up is who's going on the board that week. And we use it on the $125 boards. We utilize that for our focus. So whoever we're helping cycle through, we use their boards to do it. That's how we get people cycling through. On the 250 boards and the 500, we believe they should be able to choose their own board purely because it's just a bigger category. We don't want them split off with people that they're not going to be working with. So in that particular aspect, we do ask that, they choose their own boards there. So we spin that board and be like, okay, great, Kelly and Sally, it's your turn this week. I'll be in touch with you. I then, from my PayPal account, pay the sponsor, pay admin, pay the top spot. They're placed onto a board. And then everyone pays $10 again next week, and we might have enough for 3 boards in there because obviously it's different each week, purely because of the numbers. So if you've got 20 people in a club for $10 per week for us, so for you guys, if you had 12 people, let's say 13 people in the club who paid $10 per week, every single week you'd be able to spin a board. If you had double the people, means double the money, you'd be able to spin for 2 boards. Please don't feel afraid to jump into my inbox and ask me information on this. I'm more than happy to share it. But between us, all of our top leaders have a $125 club. So we're putting 1 to 2 to 3 people per week onto a 125 board. And then it's a bit slower on the other clubs. We've just started those off. So that's a bit of an idea on how you can think out of the realm of things, I suppose. Another one as well is if you're a leader who's doing this, you're writing it through tax, it's a full-on business for yourself. Perhaps you could have a look at options like your Afterpay or your Zip or whatever you guys use over there. For us, it's Afterpay that we use here, or Zip, which is just like a payment plan system that you can invoice them. They pay you straight away that way, and you can pop them onto a board. So just trying to think on how you can get outside the box. I had Afterpay for a previous business, so it was already in place. It was easy for me to use. Okay. And you can't pass your fees on, so I only use it for my direct people and I wear the fees. All right, next I wanted to chat about raffles. So how do we do raffles? So we have an opportunity group. So we have a group that has about 1,100 people in there. Inside that group, we run opportunity events. So we've run 2 now. They go for about a week. We get different leaders to present. We get people to do their testimonies and their whys. We share information on the business. We do, a bit of fun in there as well. So, and we also have the opportunity group that we run the events from. So that group has 1,100 people in that for us Aussies at the moment. So basically anybody who has any questions about BFF, it's basically how Mike would run his BFF global group, but obviously there's tons of people. So you don't want to be putting, your potentials go in there and they see the proof that they need to see, but they're not seeing stuff tailored to the team. So in our opportunity group, we let the proof posts, we stick them in Mike's group for that. But for our opportunity group that we run, in that group, we let people pop testimonials up. We go live with Q&As. We pop all information up. We run seminars and events, etc. But one thing we do run is raffles. So anyone can do these. Basically, what you do is you take whatever board you want to put into a raffle. Again, for the purposes of this, I'll do a $125 board. So we pop a $125 board and we divide it by, I'm going to use US dollars here. So let's say 13. That's $10 US per ticket. So we do $10 tickets here as well. So $10 a ticket. Once you've sold 13 tickets, you've raised enough money for a board. If you're in a smaller team, that's how I would do it. We've got 1,100 people in this opportunity group. So when we run a raffle like this, we're selling around about 160. Last night's raffle, we sold 200 tickets. So that gave us 10 spots on the board. Again, we're using Aussie dollars, so don't try and work the maths out there. But that gave us 10 people. So last night we spun the winners. We got 10 winners. Those winners, and it's different every single time. Sometimes we'll use it on a focus board. Other times we do your choice. Other times we do doubles so that it's all green. And there's a promo or something like that. So in other words, today we're able to place 10 people onto a board. So that was able to, I think we had 2 people cycle through based on that. So it's super exciting. You can do it for the 250s. You can do it for the 500s. Just, I suppose, put your feelers out there and see who's interested. If you've got a little small team of around 20 people, just say, hey, does everyone want to chuck in $10 each for a raffle and someone gets to win? Don't run them too often because it saturates it, I suppose, and that's what we're learning. But it's a really good way that someone might not be able to afford $125 to go onto a board, but they might have a spare $20 I can chuck towards a raffle. And I have, we've been fortunate to be able to have people jump into the opportunity that couldn't afford it, but could afford a raffle ticket here and there, and they've won spots on boards once their foot's in the door and they're continually seeing what they've got access to, what our team's about, and I really pride our Aussie team on the work that we do together. So, like I said, we run leadership trainings, we run boost your algorithm trainings, we run all of these trainings. That is super exciting for our team. So if you're a leader within your team, have a look at what you can do there. Create yourself a little team page, get a good buzz going. If you want to keep people engaged and interested, you've got to have something for them to look at. If you sign them up and then forget about them, of course, they're going to come back whinging and complaining. And when you put a post up on your Facebook, of course, they're going to whinge and complain on your post. And then that doesn't look good for you and it doesn't look good for them and nobody's happy. So be the type of leader that when you bring people into this business and you tell them they're going to get 4 times their investment back, that you make sure that you're monitoring their turnaround. Sometimes it might take 4 months, it might take 6 months. That's okay. But as long as you have their best interests at heart, you will, creating business like that just brings more business in, because once you've cycled someone and they're posting, they get excited. It's just, I like to be the kind of leader that everyone turns around and goes, she says something, she sticks to it. I know she's got my back. And we want to put everything in place so that our people have the trainings that they need. So they have the trainings that they need at their fingertips. So I'm hopefully, there might be some exciting stuff coming up with BFF and opportunities where I can help you add a bit more with that sort of stuff. But for now, you've got all of the tools at your fingertips that you need. Feel free to reach out to me, like I said. But yeah, just keep in mind that when you're bringing people into the business, do it the smart way. Track them, train them. Don't leave them going, what's next? We've, like in our team page, we have a welcome video. The first thing you need to do is go and watch the welcome video. The welcome video will tell you what's happening next. In that welcome video, I go through everything in the email. So I go through, you need to join up Telegram. Here's where you find your boards. Here's where you find this, and this. Then I've got a tutorial on how to use our page. So that tutorial talks about where they can find out where the albums are, where their boards are, where they can find out, post ideas, where they can find their welcome tile, where they can find all the stuff that they need to utilize their business. So if you're giving everybody the tools and they're like, I don't want to use them, well, that's okay. You're passive and you just wait. And people have learned that. I can't complain because I'm passive. But if someone's like, I want to take my business into my own hands and I want to, lead and I want to have a great group and whatever, but you're not giving them the tools to do it, then you're not making the best of what you could have right there. Because we all know, I'm not going to lie, I've made a good amount of money from cycling boards, but I've made a lot of money from sponsoring. So, I'm giving other women the opportunity to, get extra incomes, and they're super happy about it. They're passive, they're happy, and I'm getting paid for all the work that I'm doing by sponsoring. So you are essentially, if you're bringing people into the business, that sponsor fee, it's a bonus, but it's not a bonus to take for granted. You're being paid a sponsor fee because you're supposed to sponsor and mentor this person you're bringing in. And I know this is an MLM. It's not an MLM marketing. So it's easy to kind of go, this is different. It's like, I don't have to do any work. And that's okay as well. But if you're not helping the person you're bringing in, have a chat to the person who brought you in. Be like, I'm happy to bring this person in, but I'm not going to be responsible for helping them cycle. Where do you suggest I put them so that you can best utilize them to cycle and myself at the same time? And I'm sure your leader's got a plan, because if that leader doesn't, the next leader up will, until you find somebody. Keep going. This is your business and it's your income. So figure out a way to make it work better for you. That's the best advice I can give anybody. Find people to work with. Everyone's got their strengths. Everyone's got their weaknesses. I'm freezing. You guys are in summer in the US. I'm so cold. Everyone's got their strengths. Everyone's got their weaknesses. Find people that you gel with and find a way to work with them, and find the people that want the income. It's, sponsoring really is the way that you make you bigger money on this business. The ebooks are fantastic. I have so many people that use them for their normal day-to-day businesses. So being able to say to somebody when you're talking to them, you're going to get your money back, but in the meantime, look at these ebooks that you can use for your business. So hopefully that's been a bit helpful for everybody today. I love the Transformation Tuesdays. I love everything that Mike has put in place. I love this business, and I'm here to stay. So, I'd love to help you guys in any way that I can. So like I said, my inbox is open. I do get hit with a crazy amount of messages sometimes. So if I ever open your message and then you're like, oh, she opened it, she didn't respond, please nudge me. I'm a mum. Sometimes I can open the message and then hear a scream from the other end of the house, and my son smashed a vase, and that's it. I don't pick my phone up again. So there is a way that you guys can stop saying, why me, or how can I do this, or something I get told a lot. I may have mentioned another Transformation Tuesday in the past, is everyone says to me, oh yeah, but that's you're just good at everything. No, I'm an introvert. Dead set, I'm an introvert person. I'm not good at everything, but I don't make excuses. I try, and if it doesn't work, I try something else. If it doesn't work, I try something else. If it doesn't work, I speak to somebody. What can I try next? And then I try that. But once I've made my mind up, I'm going to be successful in something, I keep going till I find the right way to do it. So you can guarantee that a coffee shop doesn't open up and day one, 3 people walk in the door and they go, oh, right, well, that's it. Close the shop. We only had 3 customers today. Close the shop. We had no one come in today. Close the shop. I've got wastage in food. They don't. They keep going. They find a way to market that suits them. They find a team to work with that's going to work well with them, and they keep going. Every successful person can tell you their story. They just keep going. They just keep trying. So good luck, everyone. Have an amazing, phenomenal week. I can't wait to see what Mike has in store for us in this business in the future. And I look forward to seeing you on another Transformation Tuesday. Bye.